Hi, today we're back again with another Noob to Pro series. In this series we will be completing the entire storyline, and we will do some raids and challenges smiley face. But first let's try to see if we can hatch a new mythic for the series and for a decent DPS unit smiley face. Holy, it's growing. I wonder what it could be. Never mind, just some decent legends, lol. Oh my god, it's growing again. What could it be? Another decent legend, lol. Never mind. I was wrong, I actually got a mythic, lol. His name is Pinhead Larry. Now let's get to the main part of the video, smiley face. And as usual, I'll speed the process so you guys won't be bored. Enjoy. Yes, we finally beat the Krusty Krab. If you've made it this far, please considering to leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I put a lot of efforts into these videos. Let's collect our rewards first and then get our new Mythic a trait. Okay, now we're done, let's get him a trait. Holy Mother of God, we got the Sea Bear trait on him. With this trait we can get the Sea Rhino by simply grinding story raids and challenges. Let's go ahead and continue the story. Our next is the Chum Bucket. Damn it, this is so hard. Let's find some players that can carry me. I cannot handle it, haha. A huge shout out to this guy for helping me. I really appreciate it. If you've made it this far in the video, please considering subscribing, and it's free and you can always change your mind later. Yes, we finally defeated the Chum Bucket. Huge shout out to Mythic for supporting us. Now let's take a break from grinding story and let's grind raids and challenges this time. Let's grind raid first. A huge shout out to Noob for helping us out on our video. We will be grinding this for a long time, so it'll just speed up the process to not bore you guys out. Enjoy. Yes, we're almost done with this raid. Only 2 more waves to go and we will be grinding for the challenges. Now, enjoy. Finally, we're done. Now let's switch to challenges mode. Maybe we can get C Rhino when we're grinding. I had to cut out the video because it was getting too heavy for my hard drive to store it, so I'll just show what happened next later on the video, so stay tuned for that. After all those grindings, he told me to hop on a trading house because he has a surprise for me. Here is a photo of him saying it. Gum on nitrogen monoxide way. All that for free. A huge thank you to Noob. I really appreciate the support and help you gave me.
Invincible.
Finally, we're done now. Our next series might be defeating all story mode but hard mode. If you guys enjoyed the video, then please consider it to leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate it, and that's all for today. Goodbye.